There's no lights. Let there be lights. I'm in the dark. Welcome, everybody,
Keep the lights off.
to the Blind Wave podcast. How's everybody doing?
Pretty well. Pretty well.
Good, Aaron.
You weren't here last week.
You weren't here.
No, I
Yeah.
wasn't here.
You've been for like 4 weeks being like, I got a story, but I'm going to save it for podcast. It's been so
Oh, yeah, I
long.
forgot about it.
Yeah. So tell your fucking story.
Well, I wasn't here last podcast, which is a separate story, because on the last Monday, I was streaming Horizon Zero Dawn, playing through that, and I got a phone call from Melanie, and she usually doesn't call me when I'm streaming because she knows I'm working, and typically I don't answer, but I answered because it was weird that she was calling, and she said that she needed Leon picked up, he was somewhere, and how she was at the ER, and I was concerned with what was going on, so I was like, all right, but she didn't tell me too much, and then she sent me a picture, and it showed Ayla at the hospital, and I was like, okay, but she still didn't tell me anything, and I went and picked up Leon, headed to the hospital, eventually got to the hospital, and she had fallen off of the monkey bars and broke her arm, but she sent a different picture to her brother, who came and picked up the kids, than what she sent to me, because she didn't want to gross me out. And if you want to see the picture, I did post it over on Instagram. There's a picture before Ayla got her cast, and you can see her like holding her arm. And then the third picture is the one that had a trigger warning on it too, where like you can see. She said that it wasn't broken. She's like, I don't think it's broke. I think it's just bent. Like that's what she said. And she didn't cry, like hardly at all,
Brave girl.
except for when the doctors and nurses started coming in and being like, "Whoa, that looks bad."
Assholes.
It's like, what are you doing?
If
Shut
you're
up.
like me and you don't like to see broken bones, don't go to Instagram. And if you follow him on Instagram, don't follow him. Just get rid of it.
Unfollow. But
Is
no,
that
I
why
don't
you were
wanna see
asking me
anymore.
for my pictures of my broken foot so you could post them, gross people out?
look at this.
She
No,
definitely pulled
it
a
was
Deku.
just, it was crazy. Melanie said that she had fallen, and the way it was, this is over at Williamstown. There, I had a playground over there, and
Yeah. West Virginia.
There wasn't,
that's the
like,
first problem.
pea gravel. There wasn't mulch. It was kind of like this area where the monkey bars were, which it's like it's not like a monkey bars you can climb up. It's like climbing across.
Yeah,
It had
Sure.
packed ground below it, right? Like a trail. If
Sure.
that makes sense, where like people have walked a lot, so it
Yeah.
stepped it down. There's no grass, but there's also like an indent,
Sure.
you know?
From people tall swinging their feet and like kicking the dirt out,
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
So where she fell, she probably would have been fine had it been in any other spot, because she'd been jumping off something higher, Melanie said beforehand, and she's like, what are you doing? And it's what she does. She climbs stuff, she jumps, she does gymnastic things, and when she fell, her hand landed on top of the packed dirt side where the grass was, up higher than her other part of her arm, which landed down lower in the actual packed dirt area. So it just kind of just snapped two bones.
Show me how it landed.
I can't, because then I'd have to break my arm.
No,
But it was
just like
one hand like kind of
Yeah.
up here, and then the other arm down here, and then there was like this hill section like here, you know? So it just snapped it. So Melanie like picked her up, yelled at the boys, said, come on, let's go. And Ayla, they buckled her up, and Ayla held her arm
in
like,
pieces.
like this against her body while Melanie drove her to the hospital. And she didn't cry. She just sat there. She just kind of said it hurt a little bit, but no. Now she has a cast.
Yeah, well, like the whole story is you didn't have a truck.
No, yeah. That's was it that day? The day before? My brakes. Yeah, it was that day, because we had lunch. I left to go to Burger King. In the drive-thru,
We tried to tell you Burger King's cursed.
it has nothing to do with that. The food was fine,
I tried to tell you your truck was cursed.
but I tried to. I was just sitting in the parking lot, and I started like kind of moving to the car in front of me, and I caught it soon enough, and I was like, "What's going on?" And it felt like my foot went to the ground, and my brake lights, I don't know, the little like service brake soon or
yeah.
something, like started
Your
beeping
dash
and
light,
dinging
your
and
trouble
lighting
light
up
came
and
on.
stuff. And I was like, "Oh no, what's this mean?" So I kept putting it in park, and I went over to an auto parts place right next to it, and I was like, "Hey, I just had this incident." Told him about what happened. I was like, "Can you guys check it or anything?" He's like, I can't get you in for like a month. I'm like, "I just want to know if I'm gonna die if I leave," you know?
Right.
So I ended up taking it home and started trying to find somewhere to take it. So Melanie had dropped me off back here, so I had to walk to go get Leon, then walk it to the hospital, and yeah, so I didn't have my truck, so I lost my truck, didn't have its brakes because they broke, and Ayla's arm broke. And then on Thursday, the reason I wasn't here is because we were going up to Columbus to get a cast and stuff and make sure that it was set properly and all that stuff, and they said it looked good. They gave a waterproof cast, which I didn't know they had. So
Yeah.
she's supposed to get it wet like once a day to help keep it from sticking inside.
It's crazy.
And she can swim in it, but she can't go like the beach or anywhere like sandy and dirty. They don't want anything inside the cast.
Yeah. No.
So, but she's doing pretty good, handling
That's
herself
good.
pretty well. She keeps doing. I don't know what to call it. Just. I'm like, don't do this stuff. You're gotta be resting. Why are you climbing these things? Or
No more handstands.
She came over in the kitchen. Me and Melanie were sitting and talking in the kitchen, and she came over and she's like, "Hey guys, I'm roller skating." And she had her rollerblades on. I'm like, "Why do you have those on?
No.
What are you doing?"
no.
Little.
Oh, it's really funny, but oh my gosh. That's like when I was in right around high school, my dad slipped on the ice out back of our house, and he tore both ligaments in both legs. And one thing my mom said is, she was like, well, thank God he did it to both of them, because if he only did it to one, he would have been working the next day. He would have been dragging a lifeless leg across the fields. So at least he gets to actually heal.
Sure.
I'm like, that makes sense. Because that guy, like I've told you guys before, like he had a cough one time for like 15 years.
Really?
Yep.
Should have gotten that checked.
Is there an echo in here?
So that is an incredible story.
Yeah.
That's a story we've heard, though.
Sure. Yeah. So the other story.
Yeah, I'm
right?
bored. I want to hear something new.
So this happened like the week we had Badonkagong, because I remember being like, I want to tell you guys about this, but
yes.
I feel like I should wait for podcast. But
Yeah.
the next podcast coming is Badonkagong.
Badonkagong.
And then the next one I missed. So I forget. I don't know if I was working here late. I can't remember what was going on. I got home and it was getting kind of late. Like it's been not getting dark right away yet, right?
Oh yeah.
Like it's like 9:30 when it's getting dark.
I get done every time I get done with stream on Wednesdays. I look out. I go outside. I'm like, it's still light.
Yeah. It's
amazing.
crazy. It's weird.
Yeah.
Summer do that.
But I was getting home late, and when I was pulling into my driveway, I looked down the driveway, and Melanie's like old car. We haven't moved it in years. It's an
Old car.
Oldsmobile. It's just an old Oldsmobile, and they were Melanie, Kanan, and Ayla were all down at this car, and I saw Melanie like had a stick and was like moving stuff underneath like the car, like like trying to get a ball out, you know, like when a ball rolls in her car and gets
Sure.
stuck, so you got to knock the ball out with like a stick or something.
You got to. Yep.
And I was like, I wonder what they're doing. And I parked and stuff and got out, and Kanan and Ayla came running up the hill and stuff and was like, Dad, come here. I'm like, oh, what? Okay. It's like, come here, quick, hurry. I'm like, okay, what? And I'm following, I'm going down the hill and stuff. And like, we're trying to save it. I'm like, save what? I'm like, the deer. I'm like, what deer? Like, it's under the car. Like, what do you mean it's under the car? What are you
Oh my
talking about?
gosh.
And I get up there, and Melanie is trying to get out the smallest baby fawn I've ever seen that's stuck underneath this Oldsmobile.
It's stuck.
It's like
Did
it's
it
like
slide?
in the wheel well right now at this point. Like it's standing up, and like part of its head is there, and we can kind of get it out, but we just can't. We can't squeeze it through enough, and we're trying to push it down, and we can't push it down, and we can't pull it out, and
Aw.
it smelled. The back of it was really wet and stuff. I don't know if it had just been born. It was shortly after we had
Sure.
that big storm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like it was born and like slid under the car and has been living under the car for like a day, or
I mean,
or what.
deer.
I don't know how it happened.
Doe will leave fawns for a very extended amount of time sometimes, so it could have just wandered, I guess.
Maybe, but like
They
right
generally
now,
stay with where they're left, but
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know how they found it necessarily. I think
Yeah.
the kids found it, and they were trying to get it out, and it was stuck underneath here, and it couldn't get out, and it's stuck in this wheel well, and it's like making this like weird like noise.
Bleat.
Yeah, like it wasn't really long. It felt weak and stuff
Oh.
too. So
okay.
I'm like, well, how do we
that's
get this
sad.
out of here? And I was like, Melanie, how heavy is your car?
Yeah.
And I went to the front and I started like deadlifting the car.
Dude, you've been training for this. You're like a mother saving their child.
And I lifted it enough that Melanie could get the deer underneath and out of the car, out of the wheel well section.
Wow,
And, like,
dude,
Ayla
that's
was like,
so
it's
sexy.
coming out, it's coming out. And Kanan like ran over. He's like trying to lift too.
Do it, Dad.
That could have been a hell of a viral video.
Dude, we could have put "You Say Run" to it.
The real shame.
Yeah.
The deer.
It was
Too bad.
ridiculous. It was
Wow.
crazy. So like that happened and the deer started going off and went over towards the neighbors and then it
Did you
just like
scream?
laid down
Yeah.
and me and Melanie kind of came back out every once in a while and tried to look at it, but it started
Yeah.
getting really dark and
Sure.
I couldn't quite see where it was or if it was still there. But later that night I heard it like bleeding again. And I think the mama, which we could see the mama deer
Yeah.
like down at the edge of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming it came and got it.
Yeah.
Took it somewhere because I don't know where it went now. but
Gotcha.
yeah. So
Oh, that's good.
that was, I was not expecting to go home from work and help a deer get out from under this car
By lifting it.
by lifting this car. Yeah.
Did you scream plus
I'm not
ultra?
saying like I lifted like a car. I'm
No.
just like I picked up enough of it that we could get the deer out.
Yeah.
Sure.
No. I imagine you did. Like, were you wearing your rock shirt?
No.
Damn
wasn't.
Damn it. Could you imagine if you were and we had video? We would definitely get a rock shot out. You saved a baby deer. And you,
He's
and
feeding
you
the
scream
baby
plus
deer with
ultra.
with a bottle of Terramana. Be all right, baby deer.
I'm pissed, Aaron.
That's
Why?
that's cool.
You just had to outdo me saving kittens.
Yeah. Right.
I lifted a car to save a deer.
You're like hanging above water, like rushing by, like we could drown, but I got you. I'm like, I lifted the car. But yeah, no. So that was my story that I was holding on to, and I kind of forgot about it with
It's a
all
good
the
story.
broken arms and stuff that's been going on.
Sure.
I
Oh, yeah.
completely forgotten, but you remind
Huh.
me. So I'm glad I mentioned it before, so you could
Yeah.
remind me to tell the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Well, and there's another story that we felt like we weren't able to tell about the return of Doorman and
Oh
his
my
super
gosh.
heroic adventures as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not ours.
No,
It's not our
man,
place.
it's been a crazy like week or two. Hasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
It has been.
There have been so many things going on.
Welcome to the Blind Wave Podcast, Catching Up with Aaron edition.
I don't even remember what day it was, but we were doing lunch break, and I was like, well, I'm going to go over to, it's called All Pro. They do like protein shakes and different stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'll go over there and I'm just going to get a shake. So I headed over that way, and I had opened the door. When I was opening the door, there was a girl who was coming out, so I let her pass. And then there was
Did you tell her that you saved a deer by lifting a car?
No, I didn't.
You should tell all
It's not-
women that.
It's not typical like things. I'm just like, I saved a deer by lifting a car.
Excuse me, I saved a deer by lifting a car.
But I opened the door. She came out, and there was another girl who was behind me who was kind of
Yeah.
like, "Oh, can I get through?" And I was like, "Sure, I guess so." And she kind of like pushed by me and stuff. But she rushed up, went up to the counter, and I just kind of like went in, shut the door, and all that. Got up to the counter, and what I could overhear them saying was words of, "I've already called the fire department." Something about in the back, and then there's like an older guy who works there, and there's like two girls that like run the registers and stuff. This older guy like went out this back door off to the side, and I saw him go out. And then after like, I don't know, a few seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, I see him like running back through the door. He grabs a pitcher and he goes over and he starts filling it up at the sink. And he's like, grab some pitchers. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And there was another guy who just came in ahead of me, not like just before all this.
Yeah.
And he walked over and looked out the door and stuff. He's like, yeah, you got some smoke there. And he turned around and like, there's a fire extinguisher right here. And he grabbed it and then he went out the door. And I was like, do I help? What do I do here right now? What's going on? And I started to kind of look out the door and I just saw like smoke starting to like billow
Yeah.
down. And then the girls like went out with their pitchers and then they shut the door to keep the smoke outside. And I was like, maybe I should just leave. I don't want to be in the way, and I don't have anything to fight a fire. I don't know how intense this
They're
is
fully
right
equipped with like fire extinguishers and pitchers of water.
Yeah, and I'm just.
I just have my bare hands.
Yeah.
You know, Aaron,
So-
a lesser man that wouldn't pick up a car to save a deer would just grab some shit and run.
just steal it and run out the door. So I went
fire
outside.
sale.
I was
It's
like,
a fire
I guess,
sale.
I guess I won't get a. I guess I won't get a shake today. So I walked
Yeah.
out, and the fire trucks were pulling in, and like they were like,
They were like,
going in,
there he is!
getting
Get
out.
him!
Like the one girl who I'd let in was out there being like, it's back here, it's over, and like directing them of where the fire was and stuff. So I came back in here. You guys were sitting at the table, and I was like, "There's a fire over at All Pro," and you guys were like, "What?" And I just left.
Yeah, you just left.
And I went out back and saw and started watching. But like, there's these 2 decks, and there's one deck that went to the door that All Pro had, but then there's one deck right above it. And that was where all the smoke and stuff was coming from. And I looked back there, and I didn't see smoke anymore.
Yeah.
I saw firefighters on the lower deck, and I saw one firefighter like popping out of the window on the top floor. But it seemed like they took care of it, and All Pro's still there today. So
Yeah. I mean, when you said that, I'm like, well, All Pro's down the street, but it's not that far down the street.
Yeah, no.
You're like, it's on fire. You just left. Wow. They can totally reach us.
Yeah.
I was a little worried about that, but no, they took care of it, I guess. I'm glad the one girl whatever saw it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Now, why were you door guy, though?
I'm assuming I was telling the story, and Rick's like, a door guy, open the door for the girl who was given the information. Yeah. And stop the fire. Like, thank you, doorman.
Doorman.
I was like, I guess.
It's your superpower.
So, but yeah. No one blamed me. I had nothing to do with it.
They don't know you well enough.
Well, those are some
No
pretty
break-in.
incredible stories.
Yeah. Now,
And
all
somehow-
true.
Somehow after those 2 stories, your daughter still is the most badass.
Sure, yeah.
No, that's true.
No, she didn't. It's crazy how she's not cried. She's not been complaining about it or anything, really.
Yeah.
She would say like about it hurting and stuff, and she was on like a cycle of like ibuprofen and Tylenol to help with pain and stuff. But no, she's doing really well with it all. It's crazy.
Wow.
Good.
Well, yeah, I haven't done shit this week.
Yeah.
Certainly nothing after those stories.
I shouldn't have gone first.
I mean, there is a doe and 2 baby fawns in my backyard.
Mm.
Every time I get home, they're there. But that's just pretty.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sure.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Sorry if I ruined. If like
You
Calvin's,
really did.
If Calvin's story was like I made the best sandwich I've ever ate in my life, and
Yeah.
now he's like, well, sandwich doesn't really matter now that there's a
only
fire and
people-
a broken arm and a baby.
The only people that would care about me making a sandwich are the same people who would be excited if I dropped it.
which is everyone. That video was great.
No, it's funny because I'll come home, I'll drive into my driveway. There's a groundhog that runs across the yard. I can look up. There's a doe with 2 baby fawns, and I'm like, this is nice nature. And I come inside, and it's just a footprint on my wall where Jancy's killed a bug. He's like, I hate nature. And I'm like, yep.
Not from a high kick, but from
No,
taking the shoe off.
grab a
and
shoe and
using it as a bludgeon.
no, that's all I got. That's all that's happened to me.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
That's it.
Anything with you, Rick? Or
Yeah, there's some stuff. One of it is a segue to the other thing we wanted to talk about today. But before that, I've been playing a new game called Neon White, which is so good. If you haven't
Neon
played it,
White.
you should play
Yeah,
it.
you were talking about this.
Oh, man. Play it on PC if you can. But yeah, it's a great puzzle, platformer, card game, dating sim. Just mixes everything that's good in the world. Puts it together in one package.
dating sim?
Steve Bloom. Oh, whew. Man, so good.
Interesting.
See you, Space Cowboy.
For reference of new game as well, I should say that Rick and I will be starting the Cuphead DLC.
Yes.
The last course.
Yep. I think
The
Delicious-
so.
final course.
The delicious last course or something
Oh,
like that.
when you doing that?
Tomorrow. During
Well, we
group stream.
Pokemon.
We, for all intents and purposes, beat Pokemon.
Yeah, you're right.
You finished.
We finished playing that.
We
I
gave
got-
up.
Yeah, I got God, so I don't think we can go to a higher plane.
Did you get God?
No, I
did
killed
God
him.
get
I
God?
killed
Yeah,
him.
that's what I
Plunged
thought.
the world into chaos.
If nothing else, Pokemon has done with us.
It is.
At least for now.
Sure.
Until the next time.
Till November. When I start playing Pokemon Monday for the new Pokemon game.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe it comes out that soon.
But yeah, Cuphead tomorrow. So
Oh,
looking forward
man.
to playing some Cuphead. Rick and I played through the main game. That was a lot of fun. So
It was fun. It was a struggle, and I assume that the DLC will be no different. You've had some time to de-rust with your boy, but I have had no such time. So it's going to be
what Rick means by that is me and Colson played through all of Cuphead.
Oh, cool.
That's what the de-rusting.
Well,
was on
you
board.
guys have been checking out the Cuphead show. I'm
Cuphead
sure
show.
that'll help.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch his reactions on our YouTube channel.
maybe not so much.
Okay, maybe not.
Although I do like the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward for that tomorrow around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Nintendo Direct Mini that we did not cover,
Sure.
which was like my dream.
He was talking about a lot of partnership things they
Here's
had,
your
right?
dream.
Like
How many?
Rabbids, I think they mentioned, and
How many JRPGs did they show?
Oh, so many, Eric. Oh, man.
How distinct were the trailer style?
Persona 3, 4, and 5 are all coming to the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Some of my favorite games of all time.
there's 3 JRPGs.
Nier Automata is coming to the Switch,
Is that 4?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nier Automata.
which super psyched about.
Super.
Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection
Battle Network.
That's a
was
long
announced,
title.
which those games are fantastic.
Okay.
Super Bomberman R2, which I quite like R, so I'm excited for that. Pac-Man World is getting remade.
Pac-Man World.
Pac-Man World Repack.
Pac-Man World.
I love Pac-Man World. They showed off the new Monkey Island game, which is
That's-
coming to Switch.
Monkey Island.
And I believe some of the other Monkey Island remakes are also coming to Switch as
Okay,
well.
cool.
Dang.
So
That's so many games.
I know there's so many games.
This
So
was
many
a
things
mini?
I'm very excited about.
A mini direct.
A
Yeah.
bunch of other stuff too. I think they showed some stuff for Sonic Frontiers, which I haven't seen. Whatever they've showed about that,
Okay.
but yeah, no, just good stuff. Like I love the Switch to play things that I've missed
Yeah.
because it's just so convenient, and you can just kind of use it and play
Sure.
anywhere with it. And yeah, there's some of these games I've missed, and some games I would want to play again in a portable format.
Like
Like-
Pac-Man World.
The Pac-Man World or the Personas.
Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
It looks like Alex in Scotland sent us a treat stream. Do we know if the front door is working? We should check just in case. I don't want him to be stuck out there.
I want them to call Aaron.
Yeah, I know.
Sonic Frontiers though does look kind of cool.
Okay.
Because
Sonic Frontiers.
that was the one. I think we saw a little bit of it.
It's like the open
E3.
world.
It looks kind of like a Breath of the Wild Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Oh hell. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All
Right.
hail.
Oh hell. I just looked at this image. You said Breath of the Wild Sonic, and it showed this image, which is the cover of Breath of the Wild, except Sonic's there. Okay. Well, is the world like gigantically huge because he's so fast? You know what I'm
Maybe.
saying? Like, you need that world to be real big,
Depending on how fast you make
so
it.
it can be real big
Sure.
or real
Could be.
fast. If it's medium and he's fast, that's gonna be boring.
Yeah,
I don't
if you
know
like
if Nintendo has thought about this like I have.
In the
it'd be
3
sad.
seconds that you knew that it existed.
They have the Portal Companion Collection as well.
Interesting. Is that for Switch as well?
Yeah.
Huh.
And yeah,
That'd be
a
cool.
lot of Persona games, Rick. I'm
Oh,
sure you're
man.
happy for that.
Hey, if you like monster collecting, like Pokemon, Persona's the game for you. There's a lot.
What about Monster Hunter Rise of Sunbreak?
I've not played Monster Hunter
That sounds like
Rise
if I like
or the other.
monsters, that'd be a good one.
It probably would be, yeah. I need to check it out at some point, but have not. Rise, I think, is the one that's a little more like traditional JRPG, a little less Monster Hunter-y, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I think. I haven't played any of them. Yeah, that was exciting news.
No, I didn't really look into that until now, so I kind of missed what all they had announced. I think the only thing I knew was the Persona thing.
Okay.
I think I heard about that.
Oh, they're so good. They're so good. Anything else we want to talk about before I get to my other thing?
I don't think so. I think I'm good otherwise.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, so I had my video EEG last Friday,
Mm-hmm.
which was a terrible experience, but I don't have any results from it or anything yet. But I couldn't sleep like beforehand, so going in sleepless, flashing all these lights at you. I didn't have any seizures, but it ended up giving me a migraine. And I also, later that day, started having an allergic reaction from the new seizure meds that I was put on.
Yeah.
Which is also not fun. Broken out in hives. So get done with that and are on the way home. And Maggie mentions that there's a protest that we need to go to. Which some crazy things have happened in America
Sure, yeah.
in the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
About like overturning Roe versus Wade and states banning or limiting abortion again.
Sure.
Mhm.
So Maggie and I went to a protest for that on that Friday. There's another one tomorrow, I think, that's in Marietta this time.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. There's
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 one.
a few over the weekend.
I know of one
over the
tomorrow
holiday.
at like 6:00.
Is that down at the
I don't remember where.
gazebo or?
I believe
forget.
it's at the water fountain.
Ah,
I don't
okay.
remember where.
Hmm.
But yeah, there is a protest with that. But no, I mean, how did I mean the last protest type thing, and I don't even know if it was protest as much as like assembly and like hearing experiences and stuff was back during BLM.
Yeah.
But you guys stopped by one, and it was for the Roe v. Wade
Yep.
overturn
It was
at Planned Parenthood, right?
in Vienna.
So this would be the first one. I know Melanie is planning on going. I don't know about what the kids are doing, so I don't know if I'm going for sure yet or not. But that was part of the plan as of right now. But no, I've also been a little vocal on the situation as well over on like Twitter and stuff on some of my thoughts on the whole situation and how like I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is it's being casted as being caring for kids, but there's also like, well, then why don't we go further with that as opposed to just, well, you got to have a baby, you can't not have the baby. So a lot of things that I've been posting and looking at have been talking about if it's meant to be about kids, then we should focus on doing that rather than some states that are just outright banning and not even allowing medical issues and emergencies to even be a possibility for why you would need to have an abortion. So, yeah. And I know Melanie's talked about some different experiences and stuff that she's seen and whatnot, and why she believes it should at least be a choice for certain situations.
An individual
where
choice.
things are. And yeah, I mean, for the most part for me on those kind of things, I think it should fall to the parents, the doctor. If
Me
you
too.
are religious, you can talk to your priest or look into whatever your religion says. But I feel like that should be up to the individual. And I know a lot of people have been like, well, now it's coming to the states. The states can make the decision. It's like, well, yeah, but you could have just had it be each individual person can make the decision.
Yeah.
And then you're at the same point versus like, well, now each state can do it. Like, what's the difference between letting the individual choose versus having to have the state choose?
Yeah, it's very strange. Like, I haven't been very vocal about it on my various platforms and stuff, just because each time I like start, I just get like irrationally angry. Maybe not irrationally. I think I get too angry.
I think it's
like
very rational. to
No,
be
it
angry
is.
about this.
It's rational to feel that way. At least in my opinion, it is. But each time I sit, I just get so angry that I'm like, I'm not going to do any good. Like, no one's gonna listen to what I just said and take it to heart. It's too mean. Yeah, I gotta like calm myself down. But like to your point there, like, obviously, is this, this isn't settled morality because, like you said, it's like, well, we're going to leave it up to the states. It's like, well, if you do that, then why don't we leave it up to the individual counties? If we leave it up to the counties, why don't we leave it up to the individual towns so that I can easily move where I want to go? Or hell, let's just leave it up to the individual person. You fuck, you know? Like, what is the state? The state argument is bonkers, man. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's definitely a line where, state and church being divided, I think, should be a thing personally. Because whenever you have when you have church deciding what laws and everything are, like I feel like you're also not going to be taking into account all the religions. So then you also fall into like religious oppression and some different things like that. So like,
well, and it's also freedom not to have a religion as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
I don't give a shit what any religion says about it.
I think people should be able to help decide their laws and their choices and stuff based on their religion, but it's used too often to me as like, here is why it's incorrect, and it's like, well, I'm going to pick and choose these rules from my religion, but not these ones that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But these ones don't affect me as much, so I'm going to go with those ones. And I don't know. I just find that to be hypocritical, and that's what really bothers me on some of the reasonings as to why people are like, I'm pro-life. And it's like, well, I think you just don't want to feel guilty, so now you feel less guilty because there's no one's having abortions or whatever because we're banning them. But even still, you're not going the step further with like, what are the issues as to why a woman would want an abortion outside of like medical conditions and stuff. And if we look into those and we start trying to find solutions as to what those are, whether it's like, well, how many women lost careers or education because they end up having a kid or something like that. So it's like, well, this is not a time. And majority of abortions occurred because of still having contraception, like contraception's being used during during sex. And it's like, well, it's not like they weren't trying to protect themselves. It's that sometimes contraceptives don't work 100%, you know?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I don't think that it should be, well, now they just can't get one, especially if they're poor, because then you get into like, well, I'm sure rich people, if they want an abortion, they would get an abortion. And then I'm like, well, now you just fall in the idea of like, well, sex for pleasure is a classist thing.
Yeah.
And only rich can afford to have sex for pleasure because, well, if you can't afford a kid, don't have sex. And I was like, well, now I feel like that's even worse. So there's tons of things that I've heard and seen, and I'm like, a lot of it just doesn't feel right. And for me, I'm like, leave it for choice and let people make their decisions of what they want based on them. And like, I don't feel like I should be in that. Whether it's, you know, I read a story just today talking about a woman who, on her like 23rd week, which was just recently, like it was the week of Roe v. Wade. 2 weeks before that, she had found out that her baby was like, it was having seizures. It's not going to be viable, and it's either going to die in the womb or it's going to end up dying shortly after birth. And rather than being able to choose to terminate, instead of going through the other 12 weeks, whatever she has, of feeling this baby like slowly die inside of her and seizures and all this, because of the laws put in place in the state that she lives, the doctor told her she's not able to have an abortion. And things like that, I'm like, that just feels icky. You know, I don't like that at all, and it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
if
right
it were
now,
really about caring for the baby, you would think that, like, stopping its suffering would be more important,
sure.
right?
Sure. So, I don't know. And, like, I kind of relate a little bit of that kind of stuff. Like, that one there, I feel like is almost like a pulling the plug kind of thing, where you have someone who's suffering and is going to die, but we're keeping them alive as long as we can, but to what ends? And sometimes that person doesn't necessarily want to stick around, or it's a coma. It's like a coma thing where it's like all that's keeping them alive is the machines.
Sure.
And it's like, well, we still got to, at some point, we got to pull the plug on that. And it just, I don't like the idea of having to carry a dead baby until it decides that your body can actually just naturally get rid of it. So, and then those are like extremes. There's a lot of extremes with it too. But
sure.
I don't know. So, and then I also hear Melanie talk about all the things that she's experienced, because she used to work in the ER,
Yeah.
you know, and there's various, you know, rape, incest kind of things that occur, and she's seen all kinds of stuff and baby losses and, you know, all kinds of things. And then she's like, it's just from a health perspective, she's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel correct to do.
And I think the people, you know, at least on the other side from where I'm looking at, I think they think those, like, well, those are very rare situations. It's like, no, they're not. They happen every day, all across the country, all across the world, every single day. 1 in a million is nothing whenever you have 7 billion people.
Well,
That happens
and like, you know, what
50,000 times a day.
Like,
And it's
you're
not 1 in a million.
casting this net, what else is getting caught in it?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the medicine that's for abortions also for miscarriages
Sure.
as well.
Yeah.
And the thing that I really can't get through my head, and again, I'm sorry if I feel like I'm angry at the subject, but I don't understand the idea that the people that are for Roe v. Wade to go away, they're like, well, you know, it's stuff like this can be very complicated. We gotta be able to talk about it. We gotta be able, you know, like we gotta treat these people as victims, these people as murderers. You know, like they like both want a blanket statement of like this is wrong, and they want to be able to say, well, we kind of gotta treat it case by case basis in a way, which is pro-choice. It's such an hypocritical view for me to try to consider.
Well,
like I try to put myself in that mindset, and it literally makes no sense to me.
Sure. And I hear a lot of people like who are for limiting or banning abortions also talk about like freedom.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the most important things that you can have. Like, well, you're taking away freedom here.
Like I feel like if I were, you know, pro-life, I would be pro-life for myself and pro-choice for everyone else. I don't know. I feel like that's the ultimate freedom, right?
Sure.
That's the libertarian view
Yeah.
that tries to say that they're the most free party. I don't know.
Like, you can be pro-life, but still let other people have a pro-choice, you know, option. Like, let them choose. But like when it comes to you, you can make the choices you need to make. You know. But
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, another reason I try not to like go too hard on stuff like this, in my own personal social medias that have, friends and family on it is like I want to listen to the people that have informed opinions. Like I don't have an informed opinion. I have knee-jerk reaction. I don't know the studies. I don't know the numbers and stuff. So it's going to stuff like a protest or at the very least a rally that you can get experiences and points of view from people that actually know what they're talking about. Like it's been a crazy week. Like I try to shut my brain off with it sometimes, but other times I'm so angry about it.
Sure.
Just like I don't know why we invented time travel and went back 50 years.
And then, I mean, for people that don't know as well, with the Roe v. Wade turning, like there has been mentions of what it could do further than just this situation. I know it was Justice Clarence
Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Who in his like statement he had was talking about maybe looking back into things that also covered contraceptives, things that also covered like gay marriage. There's been talk of like interracial marriage being involved in that, which I'm like, well, why are those even things that we need to relook at? Like, why are those not constitutional rights for people to be able to get married? Or like you're going to remove contraceptives, which I just found out the other day, and I posted this on Twitter too, was that in the 70s, unmarried women were allowed to use contraceptives, and before that, they weren't. They weren't allowed to.
Yeah,
and
first
like,
it was no one, and then it was married, and then it was.
And when I was
married.
talking to Melanie about that, I'm like, that's, for one, like it sounds crazy to begin with, but two, I was like, it sounds backwards. It sounds like the unmarried women should be the ones, to me, that should get contraceptives first. But also, there's the you don't have sex till you're married
It's
kind
about
of ideal
control.
and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, that's just crazy. And it that and like civil rights and stuff too, with people of color and all that, is like not that long ago of these things going through. And it's like, I don't want us to be reverting back and removing rights as we've been trying to progress. And that kind of feels like the route that we're trying to go.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, it's hard and sad too that like it did fall to the Supreme Court at all. Like Roe versus Wade, like,
Like, why did it get that far?
realistically,
Well, why
it probably
wasn't
should be
it
in the Bill of Rights.
like,
Like, it should be passed through Congress or something.
why
like
haven't
that.
we codified it? Like it's been so long.
I think that's what I think AOC was talking about, that how it's like not even just like the years we've had Roe v. Wade going on, but since like even the leak, when there's like, here's what the Supreme Court's going to be doing, and they were upset that they felt violated, that their private information was being leaked. But that whole thing, she's like, ever since this, what have you been doing? You should have been working on some kind of like,
it was just this.
what route we're gonna go next, rather than just. I heard that some like some people were getting like Democrat text messages being like, here's what the Supreme Court just did. The Democrats need $15 for your donation to help us. And it's like, you're using this here to help ask for more money rather than being like, here's what we've done to fight it. Like, that should be what's like, I will give you more money because I see what you're doing, not give you more money to hope for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's what politics have turned into, sadly. And I don't know. I don't know. The best thing to fix that, I think, is trying to move away from the two-party system, which is just hard, I think, for us to do.
It's insurmountable at this point, I think. I think the two parties have had so much of the media news cycle that there's no room for anybody else, so long as they keep making it about each other.
I mean, and just if you go historically, like anytime there is multiple parties, it always ends up with two.
Yeah.
And then it usually ends up with one.
And then what ends up happening is you have stuff like this happen, and people will become single issue voters too.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you will try to focus on one thing while ultimately
everything else falls
focusing
through the
on
cracks.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I do see, I saw in chat, and I've seen people, this is an argument too, of being like, well, abortion's not illegal. It's still available in some states, like the more heavily Democratic states and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can say that, but also they are working on laws currently where it's like, well, even if you leave the state and go do something else, heck, even Texas, their thing was like, if you know of someone who went and got an abortion and the people who helped them and the doctors who did it and all that stuff, that you can sue them. And it wasn't like it was necessarily a law, but it was bounty hunting against that, regardless of if they went to another state or not, Yeah. And some of the other states have been slowly, like they had, not even that slowly, because this only happened like a week ago. but
Yeah.
they already had stuff in play to start pushing through some different like bans and limits and different things. While some states are like a little bit more available for it, and then other ones are just like it's fine, and we're working towards. I think it was California, who's like we're working towards if someone comes here, another state can't sue a doctor here in California for giving an abortion to someone from out of state. But that also doesn't necessarily protect the person who came from that state to get the abortion.
Yeah.
So
it completely just writes off people that can't afford to travel.
yeah,
Or
it's
like,
like
get the time off. Like
Yeah,
time
time
off
off.
is terrible in America for most jobs.
I mean, that's just class warfare
and
at that point.
like if you're in a state that doesn't have it or severely restricts it, your insurance probably isn't going to cover it. And if you did go to another state, it would be out of network anyway, so it's going to be more expensive if it's covered at all.
Yeah.
Sure, and that's the thing too. Some insurances may not cover that at all or anything, which
Sure. And it's all up to the legality of like if your employer can offer insurance for something that is technically illegal in that state.
So, and then I know like there's the idea of like, well, this isn't a constitutional right, and it's like, well, I don't think that that's what they were thinking about when they did the Constitution.
Yeah.
I don't think that they were thinking about women for one to begin with, let alone like we also had slavery, and we've had lots of things that we've slowly amended and changed over the time,
Well, yeah, and it's a living document. It's supposed to be changed as progress is made. I mean,
that's
Thomas
the point
Jefferson wasn't like, just keep it like this forever.
Yeah.
He was like, there's going to be bloody revolution every 25 years.
Well, yeah. Who was it that said like you should rip it up every generation?
I thought it was Jefferson, but it might have been Matt. I don't remember who it was actually.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's definitely things that I think over time should be changed, and there should be more rights for different people, and whatever the case is that we're pushing for, not removing the rights that we're progressing towards. So I don't know. I hope that it doesn't push even further and also fall into gay marriage and interracial marriage and all that kind of stuff, because you're just stripping rights away from people that it doesn't make any sense.
Come after my marriage, man. Try. Jesus.
Like it's easy to just feel powerless and just tired as well, of this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the arguments are
we're trying to live our lives.
Like,
There's
I'm
all
sorry.
these people just trying to take all our rights away.
Yeah.
Like, why are they dedicating all of their lives and their professional work to do that?
No,
Dumbfounding.
I just feel like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything too mean, but I just have been so unimpressed by the other side's arguments. Like, it really is disappointing that people think that makes sense.
The thing I hate is like
it doesn't make any sense.
The ones I've had, their argument just comes down to you're just okay with killing babies.
Yeah.
And it's like I've never said I was okay with killing babies, and that was one of the things I tried, especially on my Twitter, where it's like I'm not necessarily trying to target the abortion itself.
Yeah.
Like I think that should be a choice and not my choice to make for someone else. But the main thing is like if you're wanting this to be about kids, it's like what are we doing after they're born? Like childcare. If we had childcare, like it would have been so much easier on like me and Melanie when we were struggling trying to like, all right, well, gotta make sure Leon's babysat so that I can go to work, so that she can do school, so that she can go to work and all that kind of stuff. And for some women, they don't. If they're a single parent, especially, even when it's not, like we weren't single parents, it was me and her together.
Yeah.
And it was still a struggle,
Yeah.
But like there's childcare is not a thing. Healthcare is a very expensive thing. Just having a baby is super expensive.
No, I mean, I was a sick kid for my single mom. And
Yeah.
she didn't pay off my medical bills until after I was well into adulthood. And that was after getting like a lot of
and some people can't do that.
Yeah.
And the kid just suffers. And it's like, well, now we just have suffering kids and we're not even caring about them, regardless of like the abortion issue or not,
Yeah, and like
So I don't know.
where's the logic? Like if you took your kid to the hospital and they needed blood, like the hospital can't make you give blood to that kid.
Sure.
Yeah.
No. I mean, if Calvin was dying, I can't be forced to help make sure he lives or anything.
If you die and you don't have an organ donor card on your license, they cannot take your organs to save countless lives. Like a lot of people.
Yeah.
They can spread that so good. That would do so much good. But they can't do it because a dead body has more rights than a woman does to choose if she wants to have an abortion or not.
Yeah. And
me and Jancy, we're child free. We don't we don't have any interest in having children. We don't want to have children, and this is it's a thing where it's like, I don't want to ever move. I really love where I live, I really love being close to where I grew up, but like this is like the only time I've ever been like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, I'm gonna be either me or Melanie or both. We'll probably be going to the march tomorrow.
Yeah, Maggie and I plan to as well.
But
Carmen
also,
and I plan to as well.
good. There's also we had some plans on. Rick, do you know the name of the organization we were talking about earlier?
I do. Yeah, we
I forget
plan.
what it
Well, we haven't sussed out the details yet, but we plan on making a donation to the National Abortion Federation charity, which is prochoice.org. Mission of the National Abortion Federation is to unite, represent, serve, and support abortion providers in delivering patient-centered, evidence-based care. So we'll have more announcements about that upcoming.
Yeah. And there may or may not be some things missing here over the next couple of days because there is also a women's boycott, which we're also in support of.
Yeah.
We'll be doing a few extra filmings this weekend, but on the 4th and 5th, is that right, for the women's boycott?
Correct.
We'll be going on for... It's meant to show how important women are, I believe, in just society.
Yeah.
So, like... I believe the idea was to not be working and to not, like, just, for the most part, just not do things that support businesses and
the economy in general.
Yeah, economy and all that kind of stuff. So, you may see a few things missing here and there, but we'll get to everything eventually, just like we always do. So, but that may be streams or a live show.
There'll
or
be
something
delays.
like
There'll be that type of thing, but that's just what it is. So
This is a demonstration to cause disruption so people notice. So if you guys notice it, they're doing the job.
So, but yeah, no, it's been a sad time. I know Melanie has definitely taken a lot of things to heart and her feelings and whatnot, and I know a lot of people that have, and I feel for those people. It's weird to be like, well, I'll talk here as a man,
Yeah.
but I also have 4 kids. I've seen what it's like for Melanie and stuff, and how scary it is, and how hard it would be to choose. Of like, is this a choice that I want to do? What do I want to do with having a kid and stuff? And we made our choices with all that kind of stuff, and I wouldn't change what I did, but I don't think that because what my choices were should dictate someone else's choices and remove what choices they should have. So
Yeah.
Agreed.
it's definitely a hard thing to see, and I really hope that I don't know. I hope best case scenario of how things are is that if there is some kind of ruling that goes through, it has like here's at least a point to where we're like, here's a cutoff point, except for emergency medical things, and there's also like the rape and incest type of things, and it's not just that way. People can't just be like, well, now it's just all willy-nilly legal and you can do it whenever you want. But like we can be like, well, here's into the, I don't know, second trimester. I'm not a scientist. I don't know when the best
You're
point
not a
is or any of that.
doctor,
I haven't
yeah.
researched enough to know when a baby is like coherent and notices and knows things or anything, feels things. But I know that's always the arguments that people have.
Sure.
But I would like to find a point of where we can be like, well, at least here's this and here's the things we have in place where it's still a choice within these conditions, as opposed to just being like all out ban. Best case scenario is just leaving it to be a doctor parents' choice, and then they can decide on what's the best course of action, and everyone else that's not involved in that choice just doesn't get a say in that choice.
Sure, and not a ban, but like how close is Ohio to having the bounties? Like
Sure,
some
yeah.
states do,
But
you know?
I hate that bounty idea.
It's so...
But it's like, oh, if I watch... Because like I saw videos before where like people are outside of like a clinic and they're yelling and cussing and spitting at like these women and stuff who are trying to... they're in the process of making like the hardest decision in their life probably,
Yeah.
But they have to go through a mob of people, and like doctors like sneaking in the back door because if they go through the front door, they're getting mobbed and attacked and stuff. And
Their cars are being destroyed and stuff.
yeah, it's just crazy. And it's like, oh, well, we're pro-life and we're in support of life and this and that. And well, then why are you acting like this? It's just, I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm old enough to have had multiple stories about fire bombings of abortion centers, of doctors being stalked and killed. That stuff has been throughout my entire life. I've noticed that on the news, being like, that's okay, that's strange, but no, man, I just I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think what gets me the most is when people don't justify their beliefs. I believe that anybody can hold any belief they want. That's your right as an American citizen. But, once upon a time, I was a very, very, very devout Christian. Like, I went to Liberty University. And for those that know what that means, you might be like, holy shit, really? And one of my favorite verses in the Bible is that you need to justify what you believe. You need to be able to defend these things. You need to be able to have answers when the questions are given. And there's just so many things out there that I see that I do my best and it's not to engage with. But, like, have you read your book? Like, you believe that the creator of the universe willed this book into being, and these are going to be and you don't read it? Like, can you point to me in this book where you justify this belief that you were going out and actively taking rights from people because a pastor told you that was in here? I don't know. It's beyond crazy to me.
Yeah, and I mean the founding fathers were very clear that this book should not be our laws.
No, and I understand like individual people having their own beliefs about it. If like you really, really believe that you're murdering a baby, I think, okay, well, let's justify that. What does the science say? What does your theology say? Mm-hmm. What does this say? And I feel like people, it doesn't, like, it's the way it's supposed to work when you're changing a belief is that you get convinced. You don't just go out and say, like, you know what? I'm pro-choice now. I don't have any reason. I'm just going to do it. Like, that's not how changing beliefs work. You go and you gather, but I just, there's a certain point when people are proud of ignorance that, like, it just, like, drives me crazy. I don't know.
No, I get you.
I mean, yeah, it's just easy, right?
I guess so.
It's also easy to villainize and go extreme, right?
Oh, yeah,
Where,
sure.
like, there's one side being like, it should be about choice and pro, women's rights and all this, but then the other side will be like, they're okay with murdering babies, and it's like, no one is saying they're okay with murdering babies. It's like the argument of like, we should defund the police, and then they're like, oh, they're against having police officers. Like, well, no, but we should give them less to give more to other avenues
other
that can
programs,
take care of
other,
different types of issues,
Yeah.
rather than just solving it by sending a police officer every time. Like, I feel like it's in the same boat where it's like, instead of kind of hearing and getting the idea of what it's meant to be, it's taken to an extreme. And then that's what's villainized. It's not, oh, well, we want to put some regulations on some guns and remove automatic weapons from just being easy for anyone to get. It's they want to take your guns away, And it's like, well, that's not necessarily what people are going for. Like, maybe those are things that they could do. But right now, it looks kind of like they're trying to remove women's rights by just not allowing any choice, regardless of medical health or anything, which is the worst part of it. If they at least had like, well, we don't think this is right, but we think that if it's a danger for a mother to have a baby, then we should be able to terminate that and save the mother. Because what happens when a mother has this condition and could die through this pregnancy or will die through the pregnancy and has 2 kids? Why is that fetus life more important than the 2 kids she already has and is raising and taking care of?
Yeah. But
she has to finish off this pregnancy. And it may kill her or it will kill her, but doctors can't do anything because then they go to prison for life or something, So like it's things like that where it's like we're hitting extremes instead of trying to find that middle ground. And I don't know. I wish we could talk and find the middle grounds more rather than arguing those extremes all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we'll have more information too on the organization that we were donating to, if you guys are interested in donating to that.
Yeah.
There's also other ones too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there.
You can find some local ones. You can find some global ones. There's all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And, I mean, there's a lot of bad news, but some good news. I've seen a lot of companies come out and say that they're supporting these sort of things or that they are changing policies in order to help women who need to cross state boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like pay for that travel and things. So like it seems real bad, but it's not all bad. There's people out there fighting the fight.
Sure. Which is good. It's not had, I don't know if it's had as much coverage as I thought it would, but I don't know. Like the protest side of things, because I know that they've been happening, but
Sure.
maybe I just haven't watched the news as much. I've been very busy these last couple weeks, broken arms, saving deer.
Yeah.
It's been busy, but yeah.
No, I'm not sure. I mean, part of it might be because I don't know, but like I feel like when Black Lives Matter was happening, like the protests were covered more because they were more villainized, and like there was
Sure.
violence and things like that. So maybe that's why. I'm not sure. I know there's like marches happening in Washington and all over everywhere, but I'm not sure.
But yeah, I may have some more posts on Twitter and stuff as things go, and I've been finding out little bits of this and that as I've been listening to everyone's different arguments and different sides and stuff. I didn't say anything the first few days because I was just hearing everything that was going on and what all the sides had to say, and it's just, yeah, there's a lot. Some stuff I don't agree with, some stuff I do, but I don't know. We'll see how things come out on the other side, I guess, with all this.
It's probably the way to do it, because I know inevitably I would just wait until I boil over and then say something dumb and be like, well, I'm not going on social media anymore.
All right. Does anyone have anything else to say on? I don't know where. It's tough to try to figure out like what else to say and what to do with.
You want to talk about the
and, like,
testimony of someone that said like our president was like pretty much going to just try to take over the whole nation? That happened too.
I did.
What
hear
a crazy
about that
week.
too. Yeah.
It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
No,
it's
I
been
remember
a
hearing
busy
about that.
couple weeks.
I mean, I don't know what's true and what's not true because I obviously wasn't there, but there was testimony about that, and it's interesting. And I don't know. I don't know where everything's gonna land with all that because they still have a few more things they're doing with the hearing, right? I don't think it's ended yet.
I don't think it has.
Oh no, the commission's still
it's not
going.
done.
That was just one person's.
Sure, yeah. It's been going on for a few days now and stuff.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, no, I heard about that. Like it was like he said we're gonna go to the Capitol, and the Secret Service guy's like, no, we're not going to the Capitol, and then he's like, oh yeah, and so he went.
Allegedly,
He went.
yes.
He went to like grab the steering wheel. And he's like, Mr. President, don't do that. We're going back to the West Wing or
and
something.
then
And then he like
not punched, but then he like pushed into his throat or something like that.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, there's I mean that's just a person saying that someone told them that happened.
Yeah.
In her deposition or in her testimony, she said that person was in the room when I was told that, and they didn't like dispute anything. But I mean, it is technically hearsay.
Yeah.
So
Sure. No.
I would imagine that the panel wouldn't be so dumb not to have tried to corroborate that before they allowed it to happen. But
Sure.
it's politics, so you never know.
I'm hoping that they get the Secret Service guy to talk, but I don't know. We'll see. But it's a crazy story. I was like, Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's very.
Someone said
It's entertaining in a sick way, where I'm like,
guess.
oh, okay, well, wow, you know.
As he like
But-
went back to the White House and threw a hamburger at the wall or something. I don't know. I heard that too. I don't know if that
No,
part was true or
Aaron,
not.
there was multiple
There were
food-related
multiple
incidents.
hamburgers
Really?
thrown throughout the term.
There was multiple ketchup stains throughout the White House.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. No,
Weird
I mean,
stuff.
it's just more confirmation that he was an embarrassment of a president. Like, his politics aside, just like that guy. Like, he was the host of The Apprentice. Like, who thought this was a good idea, you know? Have you watched that show? It sucks. And I love Penn Jillette. Penn Jillette was on it. They couldn't.
He was?
Yeah, he was
he
one of
was
the
on it.
apprentices.
Like, I didn't know he was on that.
Yeah, I watch anything Penn Jillette's in, except for The Apprentice because it was so dumb. They would have that fake boardroom thing that Donald Trump would come in with like two hot girls, and I'm like, this is a pageant. This is so dumb. Let's have him be fucking president. I mean, I don't like anybody that's been president like all that much anyway, because I mean, I think you have to have a certain ego and mindset to be president, and I don't think that you can really achieve such a high office without being a little shitty.
Sure.
But, like, that was a lot shitty.
Like, I'm not gonna say like Biden's the president I wanted.
No,
You know what
he's
I mean?
not.
Like he's
for
not like
me.
there's
Yeah.
the president. That's great. No.
Yeah.
But you know, I get you. There's a lot of politicians out. There's a few politicians like I really like them, but then most of them I'm like I don't. They're after money or power or whatever, and it's like I just want someone in there who doesn't really want to be there, but feels like they could do a difference or make a change or something. You know, and that's not what you usually get there. You usually get, I don't know, someone's son. You know, it stays in the family or something, or I don't know. It's just I don't like politics. I think that's why I think if we got rid of the two-person party, we could hopefully have a lot broader of people coming in. Because also the thing I hate with the two-person or the two-party system is that you have these extremes where it's like, well, this party's for these and this party's for this, and I'm like, well, I like this of this party and I like this of this party, but in order to get these ones, I have to take this shit.
Yeah.
Or in order to get this one, I got to take this stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, just because of math, like you're always going to end up with two parties that trend towards the middle. Right? Like that's just the way it's always going to go unless you force the system to have a number of parties.
Should have 5. 5's good.
Yeah.
And it's just a fan, you know.
We need
this
like
is maybe
polls where you vote tiered
list.
Sure.
No, I get you.
Like it's weird to have like the left and the right, as everyone calls them, are just they're just like a little bit this way of the middle, a little bit this way of the middle. Whereas like there's so many other places in the world where it's like, well,
like Britain.
Yeah, like the Democrats are socialists or whatever, you know.
Sure.
But it's like they're really not. They're just more this way than the Republicans are. But everyone's like, oh, they're way over here. And it's like, no, there's so much further they could go. You know. Yeah. It's crazy how it's. I don't know.
We live in interesting times,
I suppose,
as the saying goes.
I mean, politics has been going on for a long time, and there's always been drama within all of it.
Yeah,
so
same way with
the
the political scale and difference of the two parties. Those two parties have been making mountains out of molehills for a long time.
Sure.
I mean, there's also like college studies that have been done that like a two-party system is the best way to control population. That's maybe a little more conspiratorial.
Sure.
You know, I like Obi-Wan. That was great. I rewatched the whole thing.
Nice. I haven't. We're going to. We
all once. Oh, see, that's why I like what we do, because like it or not, like it's not that big of a deal. You know, if I get really mad at Inquisitor sabers, I'm not gonna go out and start denying rights to people that do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like what we do. It blunts my edge.
Blunts my edge.
It does.
Yeah.
We family-wise, we just finished Rebels.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start watching through Kenobi next, and then we'll get to Rogue One and all that stuff. But
fuck yeah.
That's how did they now? Interesting. How did they react to the epilogue?
I don't know. No one really talked about
Probably
it.
not a big deal
Leon
for
and
them.
Colston are familiar.
Well, because they don't know like Battle of Endor and stuff, right?
Leon and Colston,
Sure.
do,
Yeah.
but not really Ayla and Kanan as much. And Leon has been not saying anything really, so I don't think we talk about it too openly because we don't want. I think it's gonna be really fun when we get through everything.
Yeah.
And then when like Bad Batch comes back or Ahsoka series comes out, you know.
Sure.
And then we're gonna be able to like converse about that and oh my gosh, this is this character from that or you know whatever the case may be. Whereas right now, like Colson and Leon sometimes say stuff with me, but not too much because they don't want to spoil Kanan and Ayla watching through this series and you know being like oh, whoa or anything. But I will say, me and Melanie watched through, we cried.
Good.
Like this, the last episode is just so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm looking forward to watching through that again, seeing how I feel about it a second time.
I need to take Carmen through all of Star Wars. She's only seen 4, 5, and 6.
Doesn't she have a reaction channel?
Long time ago. Yeah, that's what I mean. She needs to. I keep telling her
Do that,
that it would be so much content for her.
Carmen. Do that.
Becky, we won't have any spoilers for Kenobi in this. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you want to guess the 2 Star Wars things Evie has seen?
Ewoks and the holiday special.
You got one right.
The holiday special. And what would you show her?
I didn't show her.
What would you be
episode
upset by? Yeah, I don't know.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian?
Ah.
I think. I'm pretty sure those are the only 2 that she's seen. Although she did come to the theaters, I think, once.
Yeah.
Didn't she? When we went and rented it out.
When we had a theater, was she at Rise of Skywalker?
I have pictures of her with Jawas, and I feel like that's when that happened.
Jawas. I think that might have been The Last Jedi. When there was Jawas at the theater?
And Stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers, or was that Rise?
Man, I don't know.
It would have been.
I want to say Rise because you wouldn't have been at Last Jedi.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, you did
I
Last.
wouldn't have been.
Yeah, it was Rise then. You're right.
It would have had been the last one.
Because you did reactions to the first two of the
Did.
sequel movies.
Mhm.
I did. That's true. Ah. Lost my ball. But yeah.
All right.
Cuphead tomorrow.
Cuphead.
Yeah.
Excited for Cuphead.
Excited to feel even more frustrated dying in Cuphead over and over again.
It was fun. It was funny because what was it you said to me? We were setting up to make sure we had it installed and everything. You're like, Aaron, you have to carry me. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I was trying some a little bit over there and a little rusty.
It was not good.
Yeah.
That should be very fun. I loved it when we played it the first time. So, and it's been probably, how long has it been? I think it came out 5 years ago.
It's been a while.
We played it when it released, right?
I think so. Has it been 5 years? Good Lord.
2017. I know it was
Shit.
upstairs in the
Yeah.
room. Not like the big room, but the
I was going back
Yeah.
and watching it. It's hilarious. Like at first, there's no green screen, and then there is, but you can see the black edges
Yeah.
from those circle things that we had.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, how far we've come. In some ways, and other ways, not far at all.
Right.
You almost choked to death.
Exactly.
I did almost die.
Rick saved my life, and you're dying while trying to.
Ugh, man. Something else.
You haven't got a call or anything, have you, Aaron?
For Treat Stream?
Treat
Yeah.
stream.
I don't think so. Let me look.
Make sure we don't miss it.
Someone sent you a treat stream. Ooh. I did at 4:03.
Well, shit.
Well, that was
15 minutes ago.
Quite a long time ago, Aaron.
Yep.
Why do we have it on your phone?
Well, I had
Like
it
the guy
muted.
that never answered.
Well, I've been answering on during streams,
you
but I
have.
had it muted during our
Yeah.
filming. Should I call them back? I guess.
I don't know.
Call them back and see if we can get.
All
this
they're
figured-
thinking of is like,
Suppose
man,
just
that guy does
figure
not
out where
want
they
his
left it,
wings.
or if they took it back with them.
Well, I got forwarded to an automated voice messaging system,
Well,
so
They're
no calling
probably-
them back.
Good time.
calling someone else
I don't
or
know.
on the phone with their manager.
Do we want to get into questions?
Was there anything else from the actual Discord?
I don't think so. Unless someone was on my account. I thought I only saw one thing. Can't even find it now. Here it is. Rookie has made some memes as we've been talking.
As we've been talking.
He's quite fast.
Like-
Oh yeah.
Okay.
As you were telling
We're not
your,
able to
your
show them
three
right
great
now.
stories, they were saying, "Slow down! I can only make memes so quickly."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The only other thing we can't watch because it's a spoiler: the Majin Buu saga in 5 minutes. Dragon Ball Z live action.
No, I don't want to know that.
So
Spoilers.
We'll hold off for.
we'll hold off on that one. I'm not signed in, so I can't get to questions.
Oh, I can look at those.
If someone else can, maybe. I definitely will not be streaming this Saturday. That one is for sure. So, yeah. We'll be streaming Cuphead tomorrow, though.
I tried to call him, Jake. I don't know. It just sent me to voicemail.
Sorry, Alex.
I missed some questions. Why do you love redheads? And when your favorite color is green? What?
Mhm.
I don't know that. Okay. I don't know that. I'm gonna reject. Some of these are old, like from over 2 weeks ago. But yeah, do we want to show the memes or the whatever that you were talking about with Rookie? I won't look because I don't want to see whatever it is. Hopefully your questions, well, you're getting them rejected. So if they did get read, then you're getting money back. So congrats.
Oh, no. The economy, Aaron, you're ruining it.
Goods for free. The hell is this?
Man, I can't. It doesn't tell me who said these. Tell me who said these ones, but not these ones. That's weird.
Huh.
Let me reopen it.
Other than my stream, which is for sure canceled, stay tuned on other streams.
Yes.
So keep an eye on Twitter. Especially.
There we go. Okay. I do have questions. Let me know if we're gonna do the memes and stuff. But you have them? Okay. Well, then I guess we can look at the memes that were created. Oh,
Show me the
man.
dankness.
Wait, when
Show me memes.
was this taken? What was I doing? I don't know what this is from.
That's not today.
It's after a mailbag.
I don't.
No.
There's a
No.
Pokemon sticker. Were you holding a
Oh, I
Pokemon?
was probably holding my Bulbasaur plushie.
Oh.
Man.
Oh, yeah. That explains why there's a shape that's weird on your pants and shirt.
It's Calvin's butt.
This is my Bulbasaur picture that I have.
It's Calvin's
Why?
butt.
Why
Look
you
at
gotta
Calvin's
point
butt,
out my butt?
everybody? Look at it. Rookie, make a meme out of it.
Don't. Look at that scared man in the foreground.
That's funny.
That's great.
Oh, that's funny.
That's accurate representation
It's
of the events.
all right.
Action Comics #1.
That S on his man doesn't stand for super. It stands for door.
Yep.
What?
Sure does. Sliding door.
Should have known.
This is an inaccurate picture. 'Cause this never happened.
Yeah, Calvin
Yeah.
never actually held it.
He was never in my hand.
But his
An
face.
Entei in the
yeah,
hand
this
is worth two in the bush.
Yeah. This is like a boxing poster. Like you can put like a verses in there.
Into. Well, cool. Is that the last one?
I believe so.
All right, man. That deer one was quick.
Yeah, why is it purple?
Purple deer.
Because of color accuracy on,
Action Comics #1?
yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting choice. Purple deer. Baba deer. Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right. Questions that we have. We had Mentox242 said, "Do you have any plans to do a podcast rating the movies you have reacted to in the past year? I loved your thoughts and comments when you were rating TV shows."
Yes.
Yeah,
All ranking
we
all the time.
do.
Eric.
Never stop.
Super
Ranking
looking forward.
culture. Huh?
Eric is super looking forward to ranking.
I'm looking forward to ranking way more than you are the next Pokemon randomizer.
Well, that's true.
I said it jokingly, but I want to turn my Saturday streams into ranking with Rick.
Yeah. Just rank things.
Just rank
Ranking with
everything in the universe.
Alliteration is great.
It's pretty good.
What is the best shape?
Wow, I have some opinions.
Rhombus.
BJWBRG says, despite turbulent events within a country, what are you guys planning to do for 4th of July? Hope it's relaxing and fun. I actually don't have any plans of doing anything for 4th of July. I was actually thinking of just working and not taking anything off with it. But then also I'm mixed with the women's boycott that's going on. So I don't know if it's better for me to work to not take 4th of July off or to not work to be part of the the women's boycott. So I don't
Mourning the state of our country.
Yeah,
But-
I mean,
Pretty much.
Jancy will actively be in the boycott, and I will be doing everything that she usually does that needs done. That's my plan.
Pong says, thoughts on the mini direct? We already kind of covered that, so I will accept your points.
Excited.
I'm more so looking forward to the Sonic game out of everything else I think I saw on that list.
Aaron, you need to play Persona. You'll never go back to Pokemon.
I don't know, Rick. I don't see that happening. Veronica says, "Hi crew, you're awesome. Starting tomorrow, I will be starting up my training."
Okay. It's like you're awesome.
we're not awesome
starting
today.
tomorrow. Everything in your life,
No.
though.
So starting tomorrow, I'll be starting my training for a 10K/half marathon weekend coming up in November.
Cool.
I need some inspirational words. Got any to share? Love you. Keep doing what you're doing. 1 million subs. Let's go.
I have the cheat
Let's
code.
go!
Just load up your playlist with Initial D soundtrack, and then it's easy.
Is it?
Yep.
But they'll be running sideways.
You know what was crazy the other day? I was listening to a different playlist than what I normally do. I have a workout playlist, but I have also a drive playlist, which is typically just songs that I really like or that me and or Melanie and the kids like to sing and stuff. Disney songs are on there. There's songs from like Rent or I don't know, all kinds of stuff. But I was doing my workout to that instead.
Yeah.
And when I was doing my deadlift, it switched to like the orchestra version of Michael Bublé's Feeling Good. And it wasn't super heavy or upbeat or anything, but like I just was singing the song and my deadlifts felt so much easier.
Yeah.
It was just really fun. So I really
That's
enjoyed
funny.
that.
Also, you could watch a bad movie as well.
To motivate you?
Yeah.
Like to run away
Have
from
it
the
playing
TV?
behind you.
Oh God, no!
A bad
Rick's
movie
chasing me
nights.
with the TV.
Yeah.
Bad movie nights are Wednesdays. And
Eric!
there was a Wednesday that I hadn't gotten my run in, so I was like,
That was so fast. I'm sorry, you're not looking at the screen.
no,
I can't believe it.
Calvin's butt.
that's pretty good.
I'm sorry.
No,
Why
it's
are you
okay.
looking so closely?
No, it's far away, and I'm just trying to sneak a peek.
Sneak a peek. Sounds like it should be a
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Wednesday, bad movie night. Missed my run, so I was like, well, I'll just watch the bad movie and be on Discord while I do my run, and I'll run the whole length of the movie. I did. I ran an accidental like 10K. It was more than that, but
Huh.
You ran the whole movie?
Yep.
Okay.
the whole movie. It was Ape. It's
Ape.
great. Highly recommend.
I can only give advice that pertains to my own experiences, and my own experiences with working out is like just start.
Sure. I
It's
feel like
so easy to not start, but once I go in the gym and start, it's really easy.
I think you kind of get motivation by just doing it.
Yeah, just go
right?
do it.
Like, there is a sense
Yeah.
of like I need to make sure I do my workout.
Try to recognize your own bullshit. I
Yeah.
bullshit myself so much, and I start to bullshit myself. Like, well, I got a lot to do. I got to do at home. I could mow grass. That's like a workout. It's like, no, you can also go mow grass. Just get in there and lift the weight. That's not hard. Just go run for a bit. You're gonna feel great after you're done. So recognize your own bullshit, and then you'll run 10K.
Damn it.
So you're basically just telling yourself the "don't let your dreams be dreams" speech.
In a way, but in my words, it's like don't let yourself trick yourself.
I just missed a call from Papa
Don't
John's.
bullshit yourself.
You missed a call.
God damn.
How?
Come back.
I,
Two.
I was looking at you.
You've
and
missed
I
two.
looked from my eye, saw something light up, and I looked at my phone.
All right, well, we're on live with Papa John. What? Who's
I don't need a menu.
I don't know.
John's.
No, it's from Papa John's, not like a cell phone.
Not a driver.
We need to like set the phone number to be a phone number that can call in on the podcast, so we can do this live.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That would be great.
What's the most obstacles you've gone through in order to get food?
Obstacles?
Yeah.
Actually, I was calling you back. I think we had a delivery, and then I missed their call when they got here, and our doorbell apparently wasn't working.
I feel like this is
And
right here. I don't know. I don't know.
It was.
Maybe it's a problem, but food is never too far away that I need to avoid things to get to it. I don't know.
I guess my record is like I had to go to the grocery store like 3 times
Yeah.
to get ingredients for a thing that I thought I had
think the doorbell
ingredients
wasn't
for.
Working, and then I missed
Okay.
a phone call, and then when I called back, it just went to voicemail.
That's-
and then I just
that's
missed
a few
call from Papa
steps.
John's, like, a minute ago.
I've driven
So
to Columbus
okay, well,
to
thank you
get
very much. Sorry
a
about all that.
specific meal
Mhm.
that's not available around here.
True.
I've also I've waited for rice for 40 minutes. Sorry, an hour and 40 minutes when it should have taken 5 minutes.
Why?
It was we paid for it and
Oh,
we hadn't gotten it yet.
I thought you meant like you had like a 5-minute rice microwavable thing, and you like push the button and it just kept going.
No, it didn't
I don't
just keep going. That would be terrible. No, Rick, this is sensible.
Yeah, I can't. Trying to think of it like
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's done when it's done, I guess.
All right. He's coming back. The driver is, so it'll be here in a
Sweet.
minute. But I have my phone not on silent, so
All
it's
right.
gonna ring.
You have any cash on you? You can give him extra tip
I have $1.
for missing his
Where's
call.
that 19 you guys are always passing back and forth?
You owe
We
it to
need
Rick.
that.
You know it to you owe it to
It's a
Eric right
bit.
now.
I feel like it's a dick move to give him like another $1.
Did he get an E ETA?
Tear it into 3 pieces.
And ET, I don't know. He's on his way.
Say no.
I feel like
I don't know how long it takes.
Just say no.
It's not drugs.
No one's at the door right now. It was at Papa John's, so
God shit.
he should be here in like
About
within,
6 minutes.
Yeah, between 5 and 10 minutes, I imagine.
I worked for Papa John's at one
All right.
point. I would take me about 6 minutes at 4:32 traffic. Yeah, 6 minutes.
All right.
It doesn't count as food, but I waited 2.5 hours in a line at Cedar Point to then leave and go home.
Man,
I could have been home
That's terrible.
by the time we left the line, if we had left the line at the beginning of waiting.
one thing I remember as a kid at Cedar Point, I believe it was, might have been Kings Island. We went to both quite a bit. We were in line for like a roller coaster, and the line was long, so it was 2 hours long wait, right? And like this woman in front of us, the thing I remember the most about that line waiting thing was at some point this woman in front of us, they were talking and stuff, and her response to about how long the wait was you could have got a beer quicker. And for some reason that was so funny to us, of like thinking of like what could you do that wouldn't be quicker as getting like what would not be, like if you just went
Right.
up like I want a beer, like what would be
if you
faster than getting a beer?
if
I'm like, I
you
feel like
instead
for the
of
most part-
joining the line had gone to the nearest, say, grocery store or bar and asked
Sure.
for a beer, like that's
I don't know.
considerably shorter. Yeah.
I was just like, it was a funny thing to compare as far as time wise. Like, could have got a beer quicker. I was like, yeah, you could. So then it turned into a thing whenever we were doing something that was taking us some time and like filling up gas. I could have got a beer quicker. It was a weird measurement of time. All right, I don't know what we were talking about before that, but I can go into questions again.
Questions?
I don't remember.
There's another meme.
Another one. What is it now?
That was so quick. How does he do it?
Oh gosh. Talking to the pizza guy. That is funny.
Argyle.
They were asking me questions too. I kept muting him. Like, he's like, "Well, what phone number can I call you at?" I'm like, the one you call
hang
me.
on.
at. Just the one you call me is fine. I have it unmuted now. Just call me.
Star
again.
69, man.
I'll do better, I promise.
You're like, I can't say my phone number. 400 people are listening to me.
All right. Bubba Skywalker says, "Thanks for raid invites. Have there been any cool stories from Pokemon Go recently?"
Not for me. I haven't played as much.
There was Go Fest.
I haven't played since Go Fest, I don't think.
We did some Mewtwo raiding the other day, and that was fun. Kids got some Mewtwo's. I haven't gotten too many shinies or anything, so nothing.
I have a
really
shiny Mewtwo
amazing.
and I have a perfect Mewtwo. It would be great to have a perfect shiny Mewtwo, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I don't really go for the Mewtwo raids right now.
Gotcha. But then how you gonna get a perfect shiny?
I just don't think it's going to happen.
Probably not, but you
I just don't-
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, but that's fear of missing out, and that's how I end up spending money. I don't want to ever
Spending
spend
money for a raid?
Well, no, on just Pokemon Go at all.
Oh.
I don't want to do it anymore, so I
I
just
mean,
don't.
the best news about Pokemon Go is tomorrow when the Pokemon Go TCGs come out.
Oh shit, I gotta get Pokecoins.
The Pokemon Go trading card game, that's the next set is Pokemon Go, and there's cards based on Pokemon Go for the trading cards. Oh, I'm so excited for
Gosh.
the booster boxes look different, and there's like Mewtwo stuff, and
So this is Street Fighter, the movie, the game? It's that kind of situation?
no, Rick, it's trading cards.
Well, Aaron, the
based
thing
on the
is,
game.
I
They're all
want
based on
to
the game.
live vicariously through you
Yeah.
by watching Pokemality.
I'm planning on the end of July having stuff rolling again. I was
Well-
actually talking with someone to be doing editing and stuff, which I need to talk with them a little bit more.
'Cause the
make
last
sure.
thing we want is me just getting the Pokemon cards.
Sure, yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
I'll fill
I
up
see
the
you in
other
Star
half
Wars.
downstairs.
Yeah. I'm excited to have a chance to start doing that again with Pokemon Go coming back. It'll be after the 16th, I think, of starting to like kick into that.
Okay. I look forward to it greatly at Pokemality on YouTube.
All right.
Feel your Pokemality.
Muhammad C says, I just started your Ruby reaction, and I am in Volume 5.
Oh,
it's a really
interesting.
fun reaction.
Yeah.
But man, you guys were horny as hell back in the day.
Ruby?
I mean, Aaron never changed.
Oh, yeah, you were. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you were.
Hey, we got older. The feelings are there. He just doesn't express them.
I don't know what.
Were you horny for rubies? Ruby girls?
I don't know. Maybe.
Gang.
That sounds, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
right.
I guess. Nora was my favorite.
Yeah.
But she kind of reminded me of Melanie back in like high school.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. What's this? See, Laura says, so glad Ayla's doing better. Question for today, who's the best of you guys in hunting?
Hunting what? The most dangerous game?
Is it like a shark?
No, it's a film about.
Oh,
hunting.
Cuphead, because Rick almost died playing it.
Oh.
It's true.
Most dangerous game right there.
I mean, I don't know how much, do you guys have much experience hunting?
I do.
Like, I feel like I do, but I don't want to be like, oh, you say yours first, and then I'll say mine, and then I can.
I will
sound
say
better.
that I am, for the shots that I've taken, I am 100% kill rate.
I can
Same
take
for
that.
me.
I can take that two ways.
I am as well. Target practice is different maybe, but shots for, like, I hunted deer,
Yeah.
and I was at 100%, and then I retired. But I'm not great with, there's only one time I've actually got a deer, but only one time I ever shot at a deer to get the deer. And I had forgotten my knife, so I had to go and track down my dad, who was like sitting in another location, tell him like, Dad, I got a deer. Then he came with his knife, and then he took care of what all we had to do and stuff.
Sure.
But,
We can.
and then we always like ate it, made jerky and different things out of it and stuff.
I don't know if it's still the case, but it was a point where it was like illegal for hunters to have walkie-talkies. But Dad and I had walkie-talkies because he knew I
You would
was
get
not
lost.
finding my way home.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, and there's no cell signal out there.
Yeah, you probably
No.
shouldn't go.
Nor
hunting.
was there a time where, like, you could carry a cell phone that was small enough.
Yeah, so that was just necessary for survival.
I think it's dangerous.
Me not having one?
Yeah, I think it's dangerous for you to go hunting because it's like camping, right? If you're just left to your own device, like out there hunting or whatever, like we're not gonna find you again.
No, I did quite a bit of hunting growing up. That was kind of the pastime for most of my family. Like, family would come in and stay at the house for a week while James Bond was on the TV. Just all sleeping downstairs. Uncle Ernie snored so loud. Me upstairs in my bedroom could feel the house shake.
See, we went to some camp. Like we had a camp location. We'd go camp there.
You'd go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like a cabin kind of thing.
No, there's fucking like campers and tents. Or we drove like an hour and a half to get there early in the morning. Dad'd be like, "You want to go hunting?" And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Come on, we're going hunting." I'm like, "All right." I'm little, I'm getting all my warm stuff, just walking out there to sit with my dad, and I don't get to do anything. I'm carrying a stick, pretending that I'm hunting. But I did track a deer really well whenever, like
He shot it.
I was young, and one of the other, what in the world? What is
That's awesome. That's legitimately awesome. Dude, you grow your hair out.
what the heck?
You should have
Alright.
hair.
Hey, he's here.
Chancey's outside.
She.
Hello. All right. There's a girl who's gonna come out and get the pizza. There she is. As I was
That was
saying that,
perfect.
I heard hi, and I'm like, there she is.
No, I mean, we would hunt every season. If we had tags, my dad would be like, we're getting them. Like, he was very much about, the people that count and do population control and try to, make the deer population safe so that they're not,
They don't overbreed.
They don't overbreed. They don't starve to death.
Yeah.
They're not causing accidents
and disease.
Yeah, my dad was always like he hated deer hunting, not because he had any like moral feeling about it in that sense, but when he first moved in with my mom and they had my brother, like to eat, he hunted deer.
Yeah,
like that's how they ate. It was before
that's how he
started
put food on the
farming and
table.
had cattle and stuff.
Yeah.
So he ended up kind of despising the taste. Just because he just didn't like that feeling of not being able to provide.
Yeah,
sure.
It's the association of that, right?
And thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but if we were to kill a deer, we would harvest it and we would eat it. So, but it was he was always like, even if he doesn't like it, he's still going to, I guess, do his duty in a way to like try to make sure that we're doing our part to keep populate. Because we would find. We have a decent amount of land out here. Like, when you find an animal that's been killed and you can tell that it, like, starved to death, it's not...
Like, emaciated.
You don't feel great, You feel way less... You don't feel what you do whenever you kill an animal quickly and then harvest its body,
Yeah.
That feels... like it's a more primal feeling. The other one just feels like, that sucks. So, I think I have a decent amount of experience... But I wonder how much of I've lost in the last 12 years since I've done it.
Sure. Yeah, I haven't shot a gun in a while.
I did not too long ago. We went out to my parents' house, and I don't know how it got into the topic, but Dad was like, "Leon, you want to shoot a gun?" So we set up a target and stuff, and Leon's talking about like there's a VR game he's been playing where like there's like a shooting range where you can like put up a target, put it how far you want. You can go pick a gun and you can do target practice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But in that too, he has like it's like a M16 or whatever, and he takes one clip and hits the clip out of the way and puts it in, the magazine. Sorry, Calvin.
I know what game that is. Yeah.
And like he's talking about stuff like that. So like he's like, can I practice reloading? Like he just wants to swap magazines and stuff, And like he shot a few guns. He goes, after one of the last ones, it was a louder one. He shot it, and I was like, how was that? You want to do it again? He goes, nope, I'm good.
I think the last time I shot was when Maggie and I taught Evie. It's like, well, you got to teach them young because they're just lying on the streets. Yep. They're just everywhere.
Gotta teach them the respect for it early.
Yep.
Because it can't be taught later. Trust me.
Sure. No, I mean, I even did it back with Nerf guns when they first had Nerf guns to just start implementing it into their head. I was like talking about trigger safety. You point at the ground when you don't want to shoot. You're only pointing at things you want to shoot at. And then whenever we're doing that, like you keep it pointed down range or down at the ground. Don't ever turn like this. Like all the safety things. Talking about where the safety is of each gun because each gun's very different. So it was interesting. That was the last time I've done any shooting. Dad got out my tiny gun that they call it like a weenie gun or a tiny gun or something. I forget what it is. It's a 20 gauge, I think, but it's like
20 or 22.
I think it's a 20 gauge because
20 gauge shotgun
are like the really tiny ones, I think.
Yeah,
but it's not very long, and it's
like a youth model,
and it's a breech load, so
yeah,
it only has one shot.
Gotcha.
And I remember when I was younger, I got really good at being like, you push the button, flick it down, and it shoots out a bullet. You put the other one in, and you pop it back up. I was like, I can shoot twice real quick if I need to, but yeah, I think we shot a few rounds and did pretty well target-wise.
Cool.
But I don't hunt too much. Or at all, really.
I did some shooting with Carmen. It was about a month and a half ago, I think. Just 22 target.
Gotcha. 92 Chris says, hi, what are your plans for Stranger Things episode 8 and 9 since you only uploaded episode 6 on YouTube today?
Well, episode 7 is up on our Patreon right now.
Early access.
And the plan is that we're going to, and again, a lot of stuff is going to be shuffled around and slightly delayed because of what we're going to be doing next week. But the plan is we're going to try to film them as soon as we can. And we're just going to put those on our early access. So they will run through YouTube week by week until it's over. So
same way we would if it had already finished,
Yeah.
and we were releasing them
Mm-hmm.
week to week.
So while it won't go to like our highest early access tiers, it will just funnel back in as if they were already there. That's the
Sure.
plan.
Dude, there's been some. I don't want to dive into too much in spoilers. Maybe it'd be better to talk about in episode 8 and 9 when we do that. But
Yeah.
I've been like looking at more stuff with Stranger Things. I've really enjoyed season 4 a lot.
Me too.
Actually, I tweeted about it the other day about just how I'm excited to see how they wrap it up because I've really enjoyed this as much or maybe more than I did season 1. And
Cool.
I've been hearing more and more because of the Running Up That Hill song.
Yeah.
It's just it feels like it's in so many places nowadays.
Oh, it's everywhere.
And I was talking to Melanie at one point, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm in the minority here, but I don't know that I like this song. Like it's been really big, and I don't get it. But we talked about it a little bit more too, and then I was looking at like, well, what's this song about? And when I looked into what it was about, things I thought about with Stranger Things and the character that it kind of influences and all that kind of stuff, I was like, you know what? I like some of the meanings I think that I can find within these, and I might talk about that more in episode 8 whenever we do, rather than diving into spoilers now or anything. But
Yeah.
it's not that it's become my favorite song now because of that.
Yeah.
But I understand better why
You have
that song
you have
is
a greater
kind of,
appreciation. For
yeah. It has more meaning than just being like like I really like fucking Semi-Charmed Life, Third Eye Blind,
Sure.
But it's not necessarily because of what the song's about and what it means to me that way. I just like going doot doot doot.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
It's just a fun upbeat song.
Sometimes you
it's talking about
re-listen to
meth
a
and
song
shit,
from when you were a kid, and you're like, I love this song, and you actually read the lyrics, and you're like, oh,
Sure.
okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
So it was definitely interesting, kind of like looking at the lyrics and kind of understanding like what the song is about, and then thinking about how that reflects with the characters that are like that it affects. So I don't want to go into it and spoil anything right now, but I'll talk about it again maybe in episode 8.
I look forward to it. And those are gonna be some long episodes, baby. Real long.
Yeah.
We'll do our best with our highlight, or I should say, Lano will do his best.
Another meme.
Again, so good.
This isn't Rookie this
Who's
time.
this?
I can see it here.
I just need to leave this on this. In his defense, we do not have just a sign like that that's like, this is where it goes,
Yeah.
Maybe
that's
we
true.
should.
Well, yeah. The one guy like talked to us about it, right? Because they were talking about like everyone on Front Street having like signs that came out, kind of thing. That was years ago.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not really a local business in the strictest terms.
Yeah, we don't offer any local services.
Always getting called by like the local golf course, being like, "Do you want to sponsor?" It's like that's not really how we work.
Yeah.
How do you work? I can't explain it.
It takes far too long. Good day.
Although we should all go golfing at some point. That'd be
We
fun.
should.
I've never
We
golfed.
should do a vlog.
That'd be fun. I actually
That would
was
be a
thinking
lot
about
of
it
fun.
the other day.
Fort Fry had my high school had a golf team, but it was during football season, so I never got to. I always wanted to do it, but I never got to.
Actually, I drove by the other day. I'm like, Melanie, what is this place? Isn't it like a club?
Yeah.
It's like that country club that's over there. I'm like, I wonder what there's a golf course there, but I wonder what else they do. I'm picturing like Caddyshack in my head,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
that's
any
what it's
sport
like.
that you can have drinks and cigars with, it sounds great. Right up my alley.
I mean, they also host like company
just have-
parties and stuff like that there. Like back when I worked for Davis Pickering, we had one of our company parties there, and it's a pretty cool place. But yeah, there's definitely a kind of people that patronize that place. They drive very nice cars, and they give you very dirty looks when you
Don't have that nice car.
yeah, pretty much.
So you say my truck wouldn't work?
What about your car?
Do you remember my red truck? Did you ever see my red
No,
truck?
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
You had a red truck?
Yeah, that red Ford.
I don't remember.
I went to the company like picnic thing there in
Yeah.
that truck, and it has like it's overall it's like a really faded oxidized red truck with a white door because a tow truck driver backed into it and broke
Yeah.
out the glass.
Hmm.
It looks very run down. I don't own it anymore, but I got a few looks.
Well, fuck them. Douchebags. Who cares? I spent more money than you did on your vehicle.
All right. Let's see here. We also had Routine Dawn saying, "Have you guys considered watching UFC fight nights?" Does that mean like reacting to them?
Reacting to them.
I watch UFC sometimes. I don't ever get any pay-per-view or anything, but sometimes they come across my screen other ways.
Yeah.
And they can be fun.
I mean, people
Yeah.
do that stuff
But I
on
don't follow it.
streams and stuff. I feel like that stuff gets taken down,
Hardcore.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's really heavily controlled.
I also, I don't follow too much of UFC stuff really.
The only thing I do sometimes is I will watch like one fighter's like season, and it will be like all the highlights from their season and their like ending scores for their matches and stuff. And I'll get semi-invested in their fight season that they had like 5 years ago or whatever. And then I look up what they're doing now. I was like, I'm getting bored. I need to do something else. So I can only get into like UFC on like a surface level, or like an appreciation for the actual technical moves and stuff.
See, Eric just watches it for the breaks and stuff because he
Oh
loves watching
yeah,
it.
like when that one guy put his foot down and his
Dude, if I'm
his shin
watching a
went
fight and I
sideways.
even think that's gonna happen, if I just like imagine it happening, I'll shut it off.
J Mac Mall. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I rewatched Glory recently, which made me think of the question: what is your favorite war film? My top 3 are Saving Private Ryan, 1917, and of course Glory, with an honorable mention of War for the Planet of the Apes.
I don't know if I count that one.
You don't know if you count. It's war, Rick. War.
It's not a real war.
I mean, Star Wars, is that?
It's a war. Rogue One showed that, or Solo showed that war really well too, I guess.
Man.
Favorite war. I do really enjoy the movie Glory, like what it
Glory's
showed
great.
and everything.
I mean, Braveheart is about as inaccurate as you can be, but I love me some Braveheart.
Yeah.
Gladiator's a little better, but
Never
not
seen that
really
one.
focused around the wars,
No.
yeah, other than the opening scene.
I
I
mean,
mean, I could cheat and just say like, well, Two Towers is great, but I would say, Saving Private Ryan is great.
Saving Private Ryan, it's really good. I like.
I like The Last Samurai, if you would count it
I
like
haven't
that.
seen that one.
It's not a movie, but Band of Brothers is incredible.
I
I've
wanna
never
see that.
seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I've never seen it. I don't want to hear anything about it, but I did
So
hear. I was watching a thing where a guy that just it was a profile about a guy who was a U.S. Marine, and then developed this program that would take actors into like the jungle and try to recreate like a Vietnam situation. They did this for Platoon.
Yeah.
He had them out in the jungle on like 2 hours of sleep a night for 2 weeks, like 14 days. And then the last day was the first day of filming.
Jeez.
And that's how, like, when you watch Platoon and you see those guys,
Sure.
that's why they're in that mindset. He did the same thing for Band of Brothers. I'm like, oh, I got to watch it. I want to
Really?
watch that so
See, I haven't
bad.
seen either one of those.
Yeah, Platoon's good. Shoot.
Enemy at the Gates is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
And just in terms of, like, the sheer, like, how the hell did you do that? 1917 was pretty crazy.
No, yeah.
It's all one shot.
I've watched the making
But
of.
I don't
that
like
a
it
few
because it's a
times.
war movie. I like it just because of the
accomplishment.
ambition.
Sure, I get that.
The
That makes
Patriot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Last Samurai?
Last Samurai is probably.
There's also like
There's-
Wind Talkers.
Sure.
We Were Soldiers,
Yeah.
and dang, what's that?
Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now, yeah. That's
Something Sun. It's a Bruce Willis movie.
The Rising Sun.
I want to say it's something with a T.
There is.
But there's a Bruce Willis movie I remember watching
Oh,
it
wow.
too, and I can't think what it was, but it was something Sun, like I don't know, the Tuscan Sun. I don't know what it was called. But I remember watching that one. I thought that one was pretty good. I'd say probably my favorites are Tears of the Sun.
Tears of the Sun.
That sounds right.
that sounds great.
Yeah.
I do remember watching Saving Private Ryan. I watched that way late. I thought that was really good. Forrest Gump.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it has some great sequences.
Yeah.
Or sequences.
Yeah, Small Soldiers with Tommy Lee Jones. Or is that Toy Soldiers? Damn, I don't remember which one's the real one anymore.
Yeah.
I've been saying that shit for so long.
I mean, Lawrence of Arabia kind of is a war movie. Bridge over the River Kwai.
Yeah.
Some good ones.
Definitely some good ones.
All right. Let me see if there's any other questions here because we also need to read through.
Ooh, Kelly's Heroes. That's probably my favorite.
D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Oh,
For war.
You know,
It was a war with those Iceland kids.
Rocky IV.
Russia.
I must break you.
What?
All right.
You haven't seen it.
You don't know.
You don't know.
I guess that's true.
Did you think that Fast 8 would be where it was when you watched Fast 1? You don't know.
No, I guess that's true.
Good point.
All right. We'll do one more question here, and then we need to read through bits, donations, and all that kind of stuff too. But Calvin can't be a vegan.
Okay.
Says, how long would you guys last in the zombie apocalypse? Surely longer than the normies.
Yeah, 100%.
I definitely think we would last
Well,
longer than the
yeah,
normies.
there's more of them, so there's more chances to be infected and to
Yeah.
bring one of them into the safe place.
I don't
And
think they have much hunting experience.
then-
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen their choreography yet. So I definitely think we could last longer than the normies.
We
I don't
need to
know.
develop some type of zombie apocalypse course.
Course, like a
Yeah,
here's when you're
Like a
prepared.
retreat that we can prove it.
What do we rank that on? Is it a pass-fail or is it like a point scale?
Point scale, I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
If there is not one of those, we should do this, and there should be one because I guarantee people would enjoy doing that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Like an escape room, but it's like in a urban environment.
I want it
like
to be like-
destroyed.
you write down and you get permission, right?
Yeah.
And like you sign a waiver, and
Yeah.
then we go and we knock you out, take you away, and you just wake up like in a hospital or in a car or something,
Sure.
and then you just have to go. Maybe you get a carload of people, like there's 4 of you,
sure.
but like you're
but
just
you
like
still, but you
what-
always start at square one.
you always
right?
start being like, where the hell am I and what's going on?
disoriented.
and then,
yeah.
and then you go, and then now you're in the zombie apocalypse, and good luck. I think
Good
that'd
luck.
be great. But like, you get them to sign the waiver, but they don't know when it's gonna happen.
Sure.
It could be at any point,
yeah.
you know. And like, we just like we sneak in and we kidnap Calvin, and like, keep him unconscious or something.
There's
Keep me unconscious.
Yeah, we gotta keep you unconscious.
There's
We
a new-
toss you like in a car, drive you somewhere, throw you out in the woods, and you just wake up. You're like, where the fuck am I? And you just have like one backpack, and that's all you've got, and who knows what's in it.
There's a
Go.
new meme, by the way.
Another one.
Like, at the very least, between Calvin and I, we probably have more guns than the normies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't make it sound like it's a brag.
Sure.
Yes,
Fucking Aaron. This is a good
because
one.
I mean, we say stuff like, "I don't like the way America's going." Anyway, let's talk about all of our guns, and people from other nations are like, "What the fuck?"
You just can't avoid them. You open a bank account, you get a gun. Okay? It just happens. What am I supposed to do with them?
I know.
Now, I'm not saying this meme here. I'm not saying I don't like Kate Bush. I've never heard this song, and I never really heard of Kate Bush.
Hey, those are fantastic choices
Until-
that he picked for your faces.
That being said,
I do like Baby Shark.
he loves Baby Shark.
He's a fan.
So, by comparison, this meme is accurate, but he doesn't want to give people the wrong idea.
Remember how I was talking about Third Eye Blind, how I love the dudes of it?
Dude.
Yeah, there's dudes in Baby Shark too.
All right. I feel like we should go on to bits and donations. Rick, do you have that? You want me to do it?
No, I fucked everything up when I was trying to fix the internet.
That sucked too.
So I
That
have
was-
I didn't get to stream Monday because of the internet.
I have no cookies.
I almost didn't stream Tuesday.
I hate it so much. I want to play. I
That's
wanna
just
play
in
the game.
time.
I was fine.
Shut up, Eric.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday
All
we had
right. Where are
serious
we?
issues with our internet, our router.
2 days, 23 hours. All right.
Hey, I did forget one thing that I liked from this week or this last week and today. It was our poll for the Flash last week, which was, do you understand what's going on? Yes or no? And 88% said no. And then the finale happened. And Rick, it was awesome. In all the right, good, fun, dumb ways.
Yep.
So our poll now is, now that the season is finished, do you understand what's going on?
That's
So
great.
I can't wait. That's going to be going up. Our reaction to that's going to be going up after podcasts, and it's a fun one, man.
All right, I'm gonna run through the bits, donations, subs, all that stuff real quick here. We have Zlack QQ resub for 3 months.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Wheel Magic resub for 10 months. Said just 2 more months to a year, and I hope all is good with everyone.
Thank you, Will Magic,
Hope everything's good with you.
as well.
Leewick gifted 5 subs.
Thank you, Lewick.
Thank you very much.
Sabatower subscribed for 8 months. 8 months. That's quite a bit.
It is.
It is.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Leewick gifted another sub.
Thank you, Lewick.
Kimmy and the Stars subbed for 4 months. Hey guys. Hey Chad.
Hey.
Hey, Kimmy.
Yo. What? That's
Pong gifted a sub.
Thank
to
you,
DaBaba.
Paul.
DaBaba, thank Pong. Yours. Hilding cheered 100 bits. Weekly loving.
Thank you, Hilding.
Thank
We
you.
loving.
Sabatower cheered 350 bits. Said hype train.
Oh, was there? Oh,
Choo
cool.
choo.
Dip cheered 100 bits. Hi guys, hope you all are well. I haven't caught any of the live streams in June. At the start of the month, I moved into a new apartment, and since then, my sleep schedule has fixed itself.
Gotcha.
Therefore, I've missed most streams because you guys usually stream after midnight for me. I have been watching the VODs though, pretty much as soon as I wake up. Keep up the awesome work. Love you all. Cheers.
We appreciate
you.
it.
So by being here live, you're saying that you re-broke your sleeping schedule?
It's a broken.
Thank you.
Sabatower cheered 100 bits. Glad Ayla's doing okay. She sounds brave as hell. I'm a little wuss and would need to be carried to the car.
Yeah,
Him.
I needed to be carried to the car.
Oh, it was your leg, to be fair.
Sure.
Yeah. Little Reptar. Little Reptar gifted a sub.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dip resubbed for 53 months. Says,
Oh.
Burger King is cursed, but I had it for dinner today. What's going to happen to me?
Noth-
Help!
Nothing good, I can tell you that.
Dip.
G. Paul D. Jesus has resubbed for 34 months. Love you guys and wishing Ayla a speedy recovery. I'm glad you reacted to everything everywhere all at once, because if not, it was going to be my new whiplash. But you saw it, so now it's time to donate every week until you watch The Lighthouse.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I loved that movie.
Never seen it. I don't even know what it is.
No, the
Everything.
all at once.
All one.
Tintin Who resubbed for 36 months.
Tintin.
Thank you. 3
Bounty
years.
Hunter has resubbed for 7 months. For some reason, I got a 6 and a 7-month anniversary prompt. That was weird to see, but cool. Have loved watching y'all on streams and your YouTube as well as remote Pokemon Go with Aaron a couple times. I really should remember my Prime so I can sub again. Cool.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Bounty Hunter.
If you have a Prime, it's free.
It is.
Young Badge subbed for 54 months.
Thank you. That's a lot of months.
Thank you.
Dale Cog has resubbed for 12 months, though it listed it twice here, so I don't know what happened there.
We
Cass
appreciate it.
R has resubbed for 4 months. Says, hi guys, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
It's Dev. Cheer 10 bits. Cheers. Hey guys, much love. Just want to tell you guys how much I get inspiration and motivation from my own reaction channel, and I just started Barry and Superman and Lois, and good God, I've been sleeping on both. Thank you guys.
Yeah, Barry's real good.
Glad you enjoy both those.
Where?
Kimmy and the Stars gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Kimmy.
Thank you.
Jotafla subbed for the first time. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And don't forget, if you have Prime, you can also get a free sub to your favorite Twitch streamer.
Or us.
We are also on the list if you have no one else. Midget Moo resubbed for 11 months. Says nearly 1 year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
General Huxler has subbed for the first time.
Welcome.
Wool Chaplin resubbed for 4 months.
Thank you.
Light has resubscribed for 37 months. Says, recognize your own bullshit. Need to put that on a t-shirt.
Recognize.
Anarista has resubbed for 34 months. And Scarlet
Thank you.
Mylin has resubbed for 6 months.
Thank you.
Thank you very
and
much.
I believe that is everything.
All right, Cuphead tomorrow co-op, Aaron and I.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be an adventure. I've been waiting 5 years for this. It's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, so make sure you guys come back tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Looking forward to it. And until then, we'll see you guys next Thursday on my podcast.
At the very least.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye.
guys.
Goodbye now. Goodbye.